They just think the far left has gone so nutty on so many issues.
That's what they're being told.
That's what they...
By people like you.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about comedian and talk show host Bill Maher having a conversation with Hollywood actress Jane Fonda about just how far left the left has gone. They've gone so far left that regular normie leftists like a Bill Maher are no longer affiliated with it. It's like, look, I'm a liberal person, I'm a liberal guy, but you guys want to talk about putting kids on puberty blockers and physically changing their body because they think they're transgender at 5 years old. It's too much. You guys are doing way too much. It's over the top. And you know what? I don't like it. Okay. Now, somebody might want to call them a homophobe or a transphobe or whatever kind of other obic over is you want to throw at them. That's totally fine. It doesn't make a difference. They're still turned off. Now, Jane Fonda, she's 86 years old, been around Hollywood for a long time. She is an actress who was probably most active in the 60s and 70s. So it's been quite a while since she's been a Hollywood, A-lister. She's not really going to change her mind. Not really at 86 years old. Hey, Bill Maher, if you're able to change her mind and make her think differently and make her understand that it's not just a Bill Maher telling people what to believe, it's people themselves. When they go out and see transgender themed clothing for kids in Target, they're like, all right, what is this? They don't need a Bill Maher or ABL or anybody else to tell them that that doesn't make any sense. And before I go any further, let's get to the actual video here. Of course, I will always link videos in the box if you want to see them and hear without my commentary. If you're on IG, Facebook, wherever, visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
They just think the far left has gone so nutty on so many issues.
That's what they're being told.
That's what they...
By people like you.
Because it's true.
Now, let's pause right with the whole thing. Okay, that's what you've been told. Maybe she's still stuck in the past where the media had a lot of power over the people. If you were, listening to your phonograph in the 50s or whatever you would hear from the so-called trusted sources, you're probably going to believe back then. It's still like that now, but not so much, which is why Kamala Harris's campaign, from her actual campaign, raising money, super PACs, whatever, what they said, the new total now is 2.5 billion with a B. 2.5 billion was spent in total on trying to get Kamala across the finish line, and it didn't work. They had celebrity endorsements, rappers, musicians, actors, everybody. They had half of the Avengers cast doing a whole skit in favor of Kamala, and it didn't work. What they're realizing is that they no longer have the power that they had in the past. If that effort was done for a candidate back in 1975, it might would have been a different story. 2024, we got podcasts, we got the internet, we got the ability to do research easily with these pocket supercomputers. We have everything we need to dispel what the media is saying. So the power of a Bill Maher to sway us is not as big as what it would have been in the past. But I digress.
You think the far left does nothing crazy?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Oh, well then...
But I don't know. Who is the far left? What do you mean when you say far left?
I mean, I could give you a million examples.
Yeah, well, give me one.
Okay.
AOC. Okay. Anyone who believes that a child should be able to get gender reassignment surgery or puberty blockers or anything like that. Anyone who believes that a child could call themselves transgender. Anybody who believes that off the rip, you are a far left extremist. Also, people who want to have abortion up until the point of birth, 9 months, 8 months. Yeah, anyone like that, that's a far leftist.
The NAACP.
You think the NAACP is far
Could
left?
I finish my sentence?
Yes.
You asked me for an example.
Yeah.
The NAACP last year issued a travel advisory. That's like the State Department does to go to, I'm sure when you went to Vietnam, they were advising you not to. There's a war on.
I didn't talk to them. I don't have no.
I know, but a travel advisory.
Yeah.
Today we have them for very
Look at his body language. It's weird.
dangerous countries.
Yeah.
Don't go to North Korea. Don't go to Iran.
Yeah.
You know where they issued a travel advisory for black people not to go?
Yeah.
Florida. Every day.
Like, really, Florida? You know how many black folks are in Florida and love Florida? I mean, Kodak Black and all these guys are not going to heed that advisory. You think Trick Daddy, all these guys, Young and Ace, you think they're going to follow that advisory? Matter of fact, how about just a regular person? How about me? You think I'm going to heed that? Man, Florida, that's my favorite state. Aside from, where I live right now, Florida, Georgia, I love it. Tennessee, perfect. Best places to be, in my humble opinion, in this country.
There's stories like that that just makes people roll their eyes and go, are you people nuts? Even if they don't matter that much, I don't think one person listened to this and thought, I can't go to Florida. But they just suggest something to the average person, which I completely understand, which is, wow, do you people ever find anything that's ridiculous?
Yeah, I mean, they don't really see it that way. They think that what they're doing is right. And just a side note, Jane Fonda looks great for 86 years old. She looks fantastic, in good shape. She appears to be pretty sharp mentally, much sharper than Joe Biden, who is younger than her by about 4 years. Now, that's not saying anything about her inside. The mentality is something totally different. But on the outside, physically, she looks good.
You really think men can get pregnant? That kind of stuff. And I understand that a trans woman can get pregnant. That's different than a man getting pregnant. And the way they sort of insist on blurring that line is if that.
Now, wait a minute. A trans woman can get pregnant? Is a trans woman a man that identifies as a woman? See, all these little terms and whatnot get us confused. We could just go back to what we were taught as children in school. Boy and girl, okay, XX or XY, which one? Which one are you? Okay, you got an innie or an outie. It's really just that simple. When you get into all these different little terms and new language that they want to use, it gets very confusing and the lines between reality and fantasy become blurred.
That's some sort of reasonable social cause, as opposed to just being for having full rights, respect, and protection for trans people. We get that.
So I've never heard about men getting pregnant. I've never heard about this argument. It must be some part of what you call the far left that is so minuscule that I, who am...
No, Jane.
What?
It's not minuscule at all. It is not minuscule. Now, to again defend her, she might not even know about all this stuff we're talking about, but it's happening. I mean, it is happening. It's not fringe. It's not a thing it is at this point become mainstream. They got caught at Vanderbilt here in Tennessee, Nashville. They got caught at Vanderbilt performing, I don't want to say gender reassignment surgery for children, but it was something along those lines at Vanderbilt. If not that, it was something close to that. I'll link to an article or whatnot in the box about it so you can read up on it.
It's not minuscule, and I'm sorry, you can't throw this back on us. I assume it's because you are locked into media that just never wants anyone in their audience to know anything sketchy about the blue team.
Well,
correct.
And that's.
I mean, I don't know. I read two papers, and maybe I don't. I should watch Fox News.
No,
I guess.
It's not even about Fox though. I don't even watch TV. I don't even watch TV. Totally honest with you, I read a lot. That's why I just said I'll link to an article so you can read. I didn't say I'm going to link to a Fox News clip where they're talking about it. No, I want you to read up on it and see what's really going on. That's the best way to get information, is to read from an unbiased source, or a source that is as unbiased as possible.
I don't watch Fox. That's too far. But you don't have to.
You don't got to watch Fox.
I mean, I'm not going to torture myself.
You don't got to watch Fox News. People like that, they don't really know anything. So they think whenever there's something that goes against their narrative, oh, you saw that on Fox. I don't even watch TV. Okay, you talking about all these TV shows, what's that, which I watch, Power and Empire. I don't watch none of that. I've never seen any of those. Any show you talking about, Modern Family, never seen it. I've not watched TV since maybe 2005. I'm not a TV guy. I barely watch sports. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to all the lefties out there who now feel politically homeless because of how far left the left has gone. The main thing for me, aside from the migrant crisis, which is a whole big, that's the biggest issue that the left has been championing, the far left especially. Oh, we got to get migrants in, we love them. Meanwhile, they're terrorizing people because you got criminal aliens, you spending all kind of money on them. That's a far left thing. But one of the main things is the attack on children, the puberty blockers, hormone blockers. Allow themselves to become transgender. You got guys like Dwayne Wade promoting his boy as a so-called transformer at 12 years old. That's ridiculous. Listen, I'm not a homophobe. I'm not a transphobe. Y'all already know, if you've been here for a while, I have a cross-dressing uncle. That's my guy. Love him to death. I don't agree with that lifestyle, but him as a person, good person. Now, I say, hey, Unc, do what you want to do, but I'm not going to tell a child to do the same thing. Listen, you are not allowed to do some things as a child because we know you're still developing and you're not functioning properly as an adult mentally. One of those things should be the puberty blockers, but it's okay because the far left says so, and that is part of the problem. That is a big reason why normie leftists like a Bill Maher no longer affiliate with that side. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Bill Maher is right, that the left has gone way too far left, and that's turning regular normie people off, whether they be lifelong Democrat voters, normal Republican people, whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I think what he said here is right. And again, this guy's not a conservative. I can agree with liberals when they make sense. I'm not just going to say, oh, I don't like that guy because they got a D next to their name or they identify as a leftist. If you say something I agree with, I'll give you your credit. If I don't agree with it, I'm not going to agree with it. It's as simple as that. I'm not biased and blinded by political affiliations. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.